Can I car surf around San Francisco without falling? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of my favorite games, Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2's recreation of the San Francisco Bay Area is one of the best sandboxes in recent years, which can be attributed to its vibrancy, verticality, and variety. But the real star of the show is the hacking. We play as Marcus Holloway, whose connection to the fictional CTOS gives him complete control over everything from traffic lights to security cameras to cars to your DMs. On top of that, he knows how to use his hands. He is basically a superhero whose kryptonite is an Apple charging cable. So a few months ago I was messing around in this glorious sandbox and I wanted to see if it was possible to circle the map with a proximity explosive on my car and not die. And it got me thinking about what other bizarre and completely pointless challenges I could attempt to overcome. So you can hack cars. You can make them go left, right, forward, and backward. Please know that if you ever feel like committing backwards vehicle hack, I am here for you. Open up in the comment section, I'll be there. So the question, the challenge, can Marcus drive around San Francisco without actually getting behind the wheel? Can I circle the city while remotely controlling my ride from the roof? Think of it as the everything but vehicles is lava challenge. We're working on the name. So we're going to start here at the roundabout in front of Coit Tower. Real tower, by the way. My goal is to circle the city and make it back to the roundabout without falling off. Though, let me be clear, there's no one road I absolutely have to use, I just need to go around the city and get right back to where we started from. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Attempt 1. I call in some flaming muscle car and hop on. The tower and roundabout are perched on a hill, so our first hurdle will be to get down to street level. A quick, janky bit of driving later and I'm out of the roundabout. I take a corner and hit a wall. This is fine, it's the first attempt. Attempt 2. I climb on the car and make it out of the roundabout. I almost immediately stop though because of a gameplay element that's quite key to this challenge. See that tiny white circle? That's where my botnet resources go. They are basically a hacking currency. Every time I tell the car to go left, right, etc., it eats up one of my botnets. Don't worry, it's not a finite currency as it does recharge over time and can be stolen from the phones of nearby civilians. But it does mean that to complete this journey I will have to take frequent breaks in order to fill up the tank. With that in mind, I move on. Oh. Okay, I'm not even halfway off the hill and my car's already taken more than it can handle. Attempt 3. I set up and hop on, and off we go. It's a learning process, okay? Attempt 4. I get the car and make my way further down the hill. I run out of power and take a nasty crash. While scavenging for botnets, I end up seeing some civilians' personal texts. Marcus really can just see everything. It's got me wondering how he's so upbeat. If I could see everyone's search history, I'd commit backwards vehicle hack. Not because of all the porn, gore, and cute animal videos, because of the cute animal porn videos that always end in a massacre. It's very upsetting. I have no idea what I just did, but the police are unhappy with me. Oh well, as long as I don't suffer. I'm almost off the hill, but the car takes another hit and is down for good. The fact that the car is struggling to survive the first hurdle is certainly worrying. I'll need to practice mindfulness or something and try to crash the car less. I drive a Tidy Bananas cleaning service van up to the roundabout. I don't know why you'd call your cleaning service Tidy Bananas. Maybe they're great at polishing bananas, I don't know. Attempt 5. I surf out of the car park and then hit the brakes. The trouble with remote controlling a car is that precision is near impossible to achieve. You'll always be overdoing or underdoing, so if I can remember to take it slow and steady and plan ahead, that's probably going to be peak performance. I'm able to make it off the hill this time, but not by a lot. Don't worry guys, I think I can get through this, it's just baby steps. If the baby was in a car crash between each step. I drive Tidy Bananas back to the roundabout. Attempt 6. Before I surf away, I read an NPC's description, and apparently, she's a polyglot. A polyglot is someone who speaks multiple languages. What a badass. You've always got to respect people that can speak more languages than you, because anyone with the power to look you in the eye and describe steamy premarital relations with your mother without you even knowing is someone you don't want to mess with. I've actually been learning Italian for quite a bit now, not because I want to broaden my horizons or bang Europeans. I just want to impress the cute waiter when I make my order at the birthplace of pizza. Mi piace e iscriviti. That was in a Russian accent, I don't know why I did. I stop to refuel on botnets and find this awesome little roof garden. I'd love to have a roof garden. Could you imagine having a roof garden? It's like a regular garden, but the neighbours aren't touching themselves when you pull out the lounge chair. I've noticed that the car is always about dead by the time I'm off the hill. so I check its stats. While its durability is nothing to laugh at, it's clearly not enough for the job, so I sadly decide to swap vehicles and try something with a longer life expectancy. Attempt 7. I choose a heavy vehicle with maximum durability. If this puppy can't make the trip, nothing can. Things go pretty well and I make it off the hill. It's clear that the vehicle's beat up, but at least we're making progress. I plan the route ahead and end up taking a couple of underpasses. When you can't control a vehicle properly, it can be kind of nice to find a good wall to scrape along, like a blind guy with a groping problem. I then hit a police car.
You've got some guts, I'll give you that.
So normally hitting a police car or pedestrian would be considered a crime and you'd end up in a chase, but because I'm on top of the vehicle and not in it, the AI won't blame me. Cops do take notice that Marcus is standing on a car, but that never goes anywhere.
Alright, you got 3 seconds before I arrest you. Oh, for the love of... Go on, get out of here. Get out of here and don't do it again. Alright, you got 3 seconds before I arrest
But you already said that. This is actually incredibly unrealistic. A real cop would have ripped his wallet from its holster and invited Marcus to lunch so they could politely discuss the ethics of minor crimes. I immediately stop the tank because I spot a sexy car wash. What a lovely addition to the This is odd, but screw it. It's 2023 and he's got the moves. Do work, son. The tank is doing really well and we're down near the halfway point. Okay. Maximum durability gets me halfway. I just got a crashless. I fast travel back to the start and pat this good boy. Everyone seems to like that. This guy's clapping. I can't have that, as doing things for other people will get you nowhere in life. You gotta focus on yourself, queen. Attempt 8. I make my way down the hill and Marcus pulls off an impressive balancing act. And it's not just me, right? This NPC sounds a little bit like Jerry Seinfeld.
Motherfucker!
I go over the roads, through one of the underpasses, and I don't know how to explain this, but Marcus decides to abandon ship. I didn't tell him to do that, and for God's sake, will that truck stop running away? Attempt 9. I make my way down the hill. Attempt 10. I make my way down the hill, over the roads, through the underpasses, and along the beach. I make a quick stop so I can refuel, and I spot this forklift thing, and oh my god, I've got to try this. No, that's another challenge for another time. I drive over a bridge and through country roads and come up on Tidis, which is the turning point to get back into the city. By the way, that's Tidis spelled T-I-D-I-S, so I just call it titties, but you know, that's fine. We get that warm sunrise glow as I re-enter the city. Almost re-enter, almost. Attempt 11. I make my way down the hill and have a close call. Over the roads, through the underpasses, along the beach, over the bridge, and through the country roads. Damn it. I mean, at least it's not on fire. My morale is low, so I deck Marcus out in pink shades and Crocs. For fashion. And sex appeal. Attempt 12. Apparently my enemy here is an invincible sheet of glass. There's probably a metaphor in here about judging a book by its cover, but I'm not one for spreading complete and utter bullshit. Attempt 13. I make my way down the hill.
Get down!
Excuse me, darling, gotta get back to the top. Jesus Christ, who are you? Attempt 14. I make my way down the hill and, mother of God, on the bright side, this is probably the tamest trauma involving an ice cream van. I didn't have to lick anything behind the counter and keep it a secret for years until it all comes out in my 30s alongside a lot of violence. Attempt 15. I make my way down the hill. Attempt 16. It becomes clear this isn't rolling very smoothly. I'm hours in at this point and I don't seem to be making much progress. If I somehow manage to not fall off, I can count on the truck to blow. I do make it into the city, but the car crashes and burns. It kind of feels as though I've hit a wall. Attempt 17. I make my way down the hill and go over the roads. I can make that, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna hit it. Okay, so this made me realize two things. One, Marcus was at the wrong angle for that. The devs must have coded these kinds of skin-of-your-teeth landings into the game. Two, I have completely lost track of what this challenge is about. I've somehow gotten this into my head that it's about the vehicle, but the idea isn't to get a car around the city without driving it, it's about getting Marcus around the city by car surfing. With this fresh perspective, I start again. Attempt 18. I'm at the start, but this time I don't call in the truck, I don't call in anything. I pick a vehicle and I ride. Okay, that was anticlimactic, you get the idea. Attempt 19. I try to steal a Bobby's chariot, but apparently that's when they put their foot down. So I hop in the back of a pickup and ride it down the hill. The truck's dead, but this is an inevitability. With this change to a truer form of the challenge, I'm going to be using regular cars. But regular cars cannot survive the journey. So we have to get used to boarding, jumping from car to car. I line up another truck within jumping distance, and this is where we encounter a very big problem. Marcus does not have a jump button. He does have a free run button. When running around San Francisco, players can overcome whatever obstacle they may face, by holding this button, which prompts Marcus to perform a series of flashy, albeit very poorly stitched together animations. The thing about this is that it can lead to Marcus jumping. He can bridge the gap, but that is completely out of your control. If you try to make a jump in the same place, sometimes Marcus will jump, and sometimes he won't. It is a coin toss. Attempt 20. As if hitting concrete at 30 miles an hour wasn't bad enough, it would appear that my new obstacle is empty space. Kind of like agoraphobia, but less embarrassing. I commandeer a taco van with a sign that says El Frijol, which is Spanish for the bean. I decide to switch for a limousine, but don't make it far before I have to refuel. Hey, what? How'd you bust the engine from the other end of the vehicle? Doesn't matter, don't matter, get away, safe zone. So while Marcus's jump is unreliable, I can safely waltz from car to car, as long as there isn't a Marcus-sized gap between them, meaning jumping is a last resort, a risk I should only accept if death is the alternative. I get a little bit too excited hunting for botnets, and the police begin pursuit. Now, normally in this game, police chases are a piece of cake, but normally I'm behind the wheel.
Squad, suspect back in view. We're on him.
Holy I cannot even fathom the odds of that working. I don't often car surf and evade police at the same time, but I'm pretty sure this is the best way it can possibly go. It's definitely not easy because I can't kill any of them. That would bring in a helicopter and I would not stand a chance. As if the flying spaghetti monster itself was looking down on me, I somehow escape the police and am in the clear. Oh my god. It would have been f***ing easier to jump. What the f***? Attempt 21. I hop in a pickup truck and begin making my way down the hill. I got a good feeling about this one. 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 Attempt 58. At this point, I have been going at the challenge for multiple hours for about a week. I seem to be making no progress, and as I'm sure you can imagine, my enthusiasm ran out around attempt 30. If I don't have this in the purse after attempt 60, I might just put the whole thing on ice and dare someone else into doing my dirty work. Like a child soldier, but less morally f***ed. In the heat of the night, I commandeer a Tidy Bananas van and set off. The van dies on a tree outside the roundabout, so I call in a nearby car and hop on. Then that car hits a tree and catches flame. Seconds from feeling like Paul Walker, I hail a supercar and make a safe distance. As cool as it would be to drive this puppy, the thing's way too fast and I'd lose control in a second, so I snatch a nice safe van. The van takes me a good distance and then I swap it with an ice cream van. The first van was still in good functioning order, but due to average vehicles' poor durability, I think it's smart to get a fresh ride when you can, like sugar daddies. Just because your current one's still breathing doesn't mean you can't secure a backup. I make my way through the underpasses and stop to refuel. I spot a swanky limousine and call it over. On limo back, I drive along the beach. I accidentally plow another car, which does scare me for a bit. Well, at least I wasn't the one catching fire this time. Are you just gonna keep going? I ride over the country roads and have a very close call. Oh I get to Titties and turn towards the city. I've only made it into the city once, and even then I barely made it past the front door. But I'm feeling good about this run, and the limo's really holding up. Seriously, it's not even smoking yet. I successfully make it into the city. This is the one. Oh. Thank you, limo. This limo is taking the blows like a champ. This is the furthest I've ever been. I won't lie, at this point, I was kind of convinced some glitch had made the thing invincible, because I tried a limo earlier and it didn't last even near this long. I mean, yeah, this one's black. I see Coit Tower off in the distance. We're almost there. I'm beginning to get a bit emotional. I really didn't think I'd ever get this far. I have to look at the map to plan exactly how I'm going to get on that hill, and then I make my move. Oh, out of botnets. Okay, this really scared me. Somehow, after all that we have been through, the limo isn't bellowing smoke like a child with negligent parents. I get the sense that ditching this ride would be a massive mistake. Slow up that hill we go. Mother of Jesus, Jehovah, and Jerry Seinfeld, what the f***? I need to call in a car now, but I'm all out of botnets. Yes, there's some, come here. Oh, come on, Marcus ain't gonna make that jump. What do I do? I am surprisingly alive. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know what just happened. Due to the length of the limo, I think being on the other end of the vehicle meant Marcus was neither close enough to be killed by the blast nor thrown by it. Is that even remotely realistic? No, but I'm gonna take what I can get. I hop on an ice cream van and I ride up the hill, right into the roundabout, and it's done. We've done it. We're done. Is it possible? Yes, it's just a massive pain in the That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is in fact possible to drive around the city exclusively through car surfing. It only took me 8 hours, 58 attempts, and 6 recording sessions. God damn. If you've made it this far, thank you, seriously, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more like this, I've already got another Watch Dogs 2 challenge video where I attempt to circle the map with a proximity explosive attached to my vehicle. If you really love it and want to help me out, just like, comment, subscribe, any of that stuff, you know, it all puts a pep in my step. Thank you, and until next time.